Hello my fellow vapors, welcome to another video. Quick update on the Aspire. I have updated the description on my last video with Pibusardo's explanation on airflow if you're having some problems with the Aspire BDCs. And also thanks to Jen, Texas Tune Lady from VapeNet, she gave me this tip. I have taken the guts of the Aspire and I have put them in this old VV Nova tank that I have. This are your regular VV Nova tanks that had different colored sleeves. I actually found one in my bin, and now I think it looks much better than that clear plastic tank. So, and it works really well. So thanks to Jen for that. But today, this video is on a new product from Kanger. This is the Unitank, which combines both the features of a bottom and a top coil clearomizer. Let's get down low, see what comes with it and how you fill it up. All right, at first look, looks just like a Pro Tank. Now I did get this directly from Kanger. It didn't come in a kit or anything like that. However, I do know that the packaging will come with 2 replacement heads and a beauty ring if you're going to use it in an Eagle style device, and a drip tip, just your standard drip tip that comes with the mini Pro Tanks or the Pro Tanks now with the replaceable drip tips. I have to remove it. I'm going to use my own drip tip as I normally do. Now let me start taking this apart and you're going to see where this is different. This is a top filling bottom coil clearomizer tank. So it's trying to combine both the convenience of filling something from the top along with the bottom coil technology. I'm going to start taking this apart. I'm going to take the top cap off first. Then I'm going to take the bottom cap, and there's where you're going to start seeing the differences. Now this is the central air shaft where your vapor travels up, and you'll see that it has a little silicone grommet down there on the base. Removing that, it exposes now a spring that is right above the coil head. This here, very familiar, just like the Pro Tank. It's a Pro Tank base, 2 grooves on the bottom to get proper airflow, and then your Pro Tank head. There it is, all disassembled. You can clean this out and put it back together. Let's start from the tank first. You'll see in the tank that there is a plastic shielding at the bottom of the tank, and then you'll see 3 little plastic edges inside there as well too. What does that do? Well, let's start putting this back together. Let's put the head in the base, screw it down flush. Let's put the spring, and now let's put the air tube. I am going to screw that on the bottom, and now you'll see that this little silicone base on the air shaft, after we line it up in the front, that's what those 3 little rings do, keep that center post center. Now I'm going to screw this on, and then you'll see that little silicone goes and seals that bottom plastic plate. So now we have separated the top portion of the tank to the bottom portion of the tank. If I take though the top cap and I screw it down, look at the action that happens right there on the bottom. See, as soon as I push it in, it releases that little silicone seal, and it allows for e-liquid to go down to the bottom of the coil. So let's fill this up. Get some e-liquid here, 50/50 Tang from Juicy Vapor. Basically just go down the side just like you would any other top coil clearomizer. Make sure you don't get any in the center. And now that we have some e-liquid inside there, you'll see that the bottom is completely dry. There is no e-liquid down to the coils. So let's put the top cap on and see what happens. Try to get a good angle here. See, as soon as I push that down, we got the e-liquid down to the bottom chamber. All right, let's put it on a device and vape it. Alright, so I've got it filled up. I have it on a DNA device. This is the Cyborg with Tributips glass drip tip. I've been kind of on a glass drip tip frenzy lately. All my tanks have glass drip tips on them. For my drippers, I still prefer stainless steel, but just funny how your preference changes. This is advertised as 2.2 ohm head. It's coming in at 2.4. I've got it set at 8 watts. Speaking of DNA devices, people have been asking me about the Mamu Stealth DNA box mod. I'm not going to do a review on it simply because she only makes a limited amount of these devices. If you want more information, vaporsforum.com, search for Mamu mods. This is basically a DNA box mod with a 1200 milliamp hour battery pack inside. It's not something that's going to last you all day, but it's really nice, very stealthy. I don't know how she was able to fit everything in this little box mod. You can also use it as a pass-through. You can see here I have it charging. Anyway, back to the Unitank. I have left the original head inside with the 3 flavor wicks. I have not removed anything just to see how it vapes out of the box. Alright, so this is giving me 4.4 volts with this 2.4 ohm head. It vapes just like the original Pro Tank. When I first got it and it had those 3 wicks inside with my e-liquid, I'm getting a little bit of a dry hit. You'll see now as the e-liquid comes down, it's filling that bottom tank with e-liquid. So as you're drawing on it through that gap where that silicone grommet is, the e-liquid's going down into the tank. Alright, so let me take this apart. Let me take a flavor wick out and put it back together and vape it some more. The way that it sits now with the 3 flavor wicks in my 50-50 blend, I'm getting a dry hit. Alright, 1 flavor wick removed. Made a little bit of a mess. The top portion of the tank was easy to empty out. However, when I did remove that bottom cap, I did get some heat liquid all over my desk. Don't tell anybody. Alright, same 2.4 ohm head at 8 watts. It's amazing, folks. It's amazing something that small can affect my vape in such a huge way. With all these T3Ss, mini Pro Tanks, even the Unitank, removing that one little strand makes the world of a difference for my e-liquid, which is a 50% PG, 50% VG mix. If I leave it in there, I get dry hits. As soon as I remove it, perfect saturated vape. It vapes just like a Pro Tank. No issues with the vapor. You can see plenty of vapor coming out of it. Flavor a little bit off, as to be expected with these bottom coil clearamizers. Throw head is dead on, and a much cooler vape. Now, what do I think of it? Well, I don't get it. I really don't. I never had an issue removing a Pro Tank, taking the bottom base off and filling it up. I guess it saves you one extra step, meaning that you can remove the drip tip or leave the drip tip on there, remove the top cap and fill the tank without having to remove it from your device. Other than that, there's plenty of colors around. This is a plastic tank. That will be a turn off to some people. Comes in red, blue, amber, clear, smoke. So you do have those color options with it as well. One little tip. Well, actually, this is a big tip. Let the e-liquid run down into your tank before you refill it. If you refill it while the tank is halfway full, it will flood. And I'll try to demonstrate that for you right now. We're going to remove the top cap, and then you'll see that little rubber silicone seal off the top tank from the bottom tank. So you would think you wouldn't have any problems filling it up. Put some e-liquid inside, and let's put the top cap back on. See the bubbles coming up. Let's put a drip tip on it. Hear it? Flooded immediately. So you're going to have to do a little bit of this. To dry that coil up. So let that e-liquids go all the way down before it's time to refill. Other than that, I think these are going to be around $16, $17. Vendors that carry them here in the United States, pretty much anybody that carries Kanger products, sun-vapors.com is one of the websites that I've seen it on for $16.99. And sun-vapors.com carries a lot of the Kanger products, and they're in touch with the manufacturer too. So that would be one of my go-to websites for it. But plenty of other websites out there. Shop around, whatever you find more inexpensive. The Kanger Unitank. Vapes just like the Pro Tank. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, drop me a line, vapinggreek@vapeteam.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, G+, and of course Instagram. Or catch me live every Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, vapeteam.com. Thank you for watching.